Welcome to the nation. I am your host, your president, your tour guide, Mr. Monster Mirago. I'm the landlord, the owner, tenant, the janitor. I'm out to the damn floor. Let's go. I got a story involving weed. Well, involving marijuana. Involving all types of marijuana, but mostly edibles, right? So it's story time. It went down like this. One time, Boot Camp Click was on a tour, and we stopped in, I don't know if it was San Francisco or Oakland, but we was right up there in the Bay Area. It was one of those two spots, definitely, right? Now, I always speak about how much I love California and all that. Salute to the entire state of California, but when I be talking about my Cali love, I'm mostly talking about Southern California, like LA, San Diego. Like I got a lot of friends down there. I used to, some people that moved, so on and so forth. But my partner Sean P, on the other hand, he had a lot of connections in the Bay Area, San Francisco. Like they loved him up there, he loved them out there. You know what I mean? And this stop, we didn't have no show in Southern California. We was in the Bay Area, and we got there, it was tour. We was coming from wherever we was coming from, and when we got there, we was in one of those hotels where, why they got y'all over here? But it was what it was anyway. When you open your door and you outside. Me and Sean P was sharing a room, right? And all the Ruck peoples came to the hotel. Like he invited 100 niggas. I mean, realistically, it was about 15 niggas there, right? But they brung weed in every form. Like they had flour, they had vapes, they had bongs, they had edibles, they had wax, couple other things. Y'all ever heard of a gravity bomb? Gravity bomb is different. They might have had one of those, right? Me, myself, I'm almost exclusively flour. You know what I mean? Almost exclusively a flower smoker. You know what I mean? I've done all of those, well, most of those other things that I just mentioned. I've tried them out, but I prefer, smoking a good old-fashioned rolled up L, right? Spliff. But I try it, you know what I'm saying? Because, edibles, something like edibles especially, it ain't nothing but, it's food, you know what I'm saying? It's like snacks. And, if you smoking bud, you could use a snack. So anyway, they got all kind of lollipops, brownies, Rice Krispies, cakes, Fruit Loop, crispy cake, just all kinds of edibles. But at this point, I'm like, yo, I'm not I'm not really tripping off of no edibles. As long as we got ample amount of bud, and come on, let's have a party, chill out, crack jokes, do what homeboys do, right? So we in there turning up, and they pull out these cookies. And these was big cookies too. It wasn't no little cookies, right? Like the cookies you might have got in your high school snack store. And long before I was the Rockness Monster, my first nickname was probably the Cookie Monster. So you're not gonna bring no cookies around me and they good and I don't, you know what I'm saying, and I don't rock with them. So you know how they always say when you hear these edible stories, they give a nigga a brownie, he eat the whole brownie. When it's too late, somebody tell him, yo, don't eat that whole brownie, only eat a quarter of that. Well, nobody ever even told me not to eat. You understand what I'm saying? Nobody never told me take a portion, only eat half, only do a quarter. Nobody did that, right? I ate the whole cookie, right? Boom. Then I ate another one. Well, no, I might have ate another half of one. And pause to all the freak-ass chicks. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody told me what girls think of when they hear the term Cookie Monster. Oh, yeah. It's important to mention that edibles have never really affected me. None of them. Anyway, Ruck had a cookie. He might have ate one and a half. Yeah, I think I ate 2.5 cookies. Ruck ate 1.5. It's a cookie, B, and I'm saying, right? So we in there, and I'm smoking. Niggas is joking. Niggas is being loud, talking about sports, whatever they talking about. My eyes start to feel heavy. You know how when people be sleepy or people falling asleep and they just say they just rest in their eyes. You be like, nigga, you sleep, right? This was different. I really, really just needed to rest my eyes. I was not sleepy. My eyes just felt like they had 10-pound weights on them. And at some point, I noticed this ain't normal. Like, this ain't how I, you know what I'm saying? This ain't the normal, squinted eyes I be having when I'm puffing and all of that, right? This is how I knew it was different. When I closed my eyes was hot. Like, the back of my eyelids was a heated blanket. So every time I closed my eyes, it felt like I was on I had a heating pad on my joints and all that. And it was weird because it didn't feel bad. It felt good. Like, I'm like, ah. And while I'm resting my eyes, some of the guests, because mind you, all of these guests, oh yeah, and my man Simi. Simi is probably the only person who will remember whether this was San Francisco or Oakland. You know what I mean? Because to the rest of the boot camp, like, these shows all blend together. And, if anybody who was in that room would remember. But Simi was the only one in the room that wasn't from there, but wasn't wasn't boot camp. So we in all of the guests, all, Ruck homeboys and shit, homeboys who brung their homeboys and all of that, they starting to notice, they looking. They see me over there with my eyes closed, and this is my assumptions, right? I guess, common sense tell you, all right, the guard's sleepy. You know what I'm saying? We done smoked him out. He probably want to get some rest. We ain't going to overstay our welcome. So they start to filing out and all of that. Leaving little by little. Before you know it, it's just me, Ruck, and Simi in the room, right? And, because Simi is from Brooklyn. We know him from back home. So, we in there smoking, joking a little bit. Ruck like, yo, I'm hot. He's like, I don't know. Did he say this yet? No, this part didn't come yet. This part didn't happen yet. My bad. It was like, we sitting there talking. I'm laying on my bed. Ruck laying on his bed. Simi sitting in the chair, probably on the foot of one of our beds. And that nigga Ruck is like, yo, Simi, get your ass out of here. Cause over now. Like, I don't know if this happened before or after Ruck stated, yo, I don't know about you, but I'm high than a mother. And it was, we smoke bud all the time. We get, what I'm saying? We've been partners from, like, we got plenty of stories, weed stories of where niggas done actually blacked out. Niggas been standing up, faint, boom. We got those kind of stories. Stay tuned for those. But what Ruck was saying was, this was different, is how I interpret it. Like, this different. We did all this extra stuff, all this extra weed stuff, and my shit is blasted, man. I'm like, yo, me too. And I told him about my eyelids being hot and all that, right? He laughing. We dying. We laughing like two 12-year-olds. Like, we cannot. It must have been laughing gas on the cookies. Because I didn't do all of the, I didn't do the bong. I didn't do the vape, all of that other, the wax. I don't even, a lot of that stuff feels a little bit too druggy to me. You understand what I'm saying? But come on, cookies. Anyway, so I just did flour and cookie. So this don't happen off of normal flour, so I'm assuming that that's what this is, right? Simi leaves out the room, and me and Ruck are both in our beds, right? Nigga goes, yo, turn off the light, B. I'm like, nigga, you turn off the light. He's like, yo, I'm telling you, we was laughing like little school kids and shit. And this was none of what I'm about to say to you was that funny. I knew it was the cookies. Nigga said, yo, turn off the light. I'm like, nigga, you turn off the light. And he's like, yo, it's closer to you. No, it's not, nigga. Measure it. We measure it. It was closer to me. Yeah, nigga. Cut the light off. I cut the light off, reach over. I cut that light off. We notice it's another light on. It's on his side of the room. It ain't even no conversation to be had right now. I'm like, nigga, you want to get that? He gets up, cuts out the light. The bathroom light is on. It's on my side of the bed. He like, nigga, you know how you be in a hotel, you don't even realize how many lights is on? First of all, the room wasn't even that bright with all the lights on. But whatever, he like, nigga, that's the most disrespectful light out of all the lights in the bathroom. I get up, walk over there, turn off the light, get back in my bed. We sit there. Whoo, nigga, this how I be. I'm like, yo, it had to be them cookies, right? We talking back and forth, la 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 la, and then somebody bang on the door. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know if it was a bang or not, but it sounded like a bang, right? Because we both froze. Like, you know that moment when somebody knocked me, like, why the fuck are you knocking? It's like we thought it was the police. You know, we had just smoked copious amounts of bud and all of this, so anything was possible. So we both freeze. Neither one of us say nothing. Ruck finally goes, yo, who that? It was Simi. It's me, Lord. Nigga Ruck said, your new name is me, Lord. Simi left something in the room. He came back to get it. Left out. He left out. We laughed at him some more. That's basically how the story ends. But I will tell you what, when the rest of the fam went back, the tour ended. I think Cali might have been the last stop in the tour for a while. When the rest of the fam went back, was on their way back home, I stayed in Cali and I went down to LA. And I promise you, I was on a hunt for those cookies again. Like all I could think about was another one of those cookies. And I came across one, but it wasn't that good. It wasn't the same effect. You know what I'm saying? I ran into my brother Ron Hightower randomly. I'm on Hollywood Boulevard, ran into Ron Hightower, and I began to tell him the story about last night, and he goes in his pocket and pulls out a cookie. So yeah, it went down like this. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications if you're trying to be a taxpayer citizen in the nation. Leave us a super thanks or a Cash App. We actually prefer the Cash App, but y'all gonna do y'all anyway. Cash App tag gonna be in the description along with the Bandcamp link and the merch link. Get involved in all three of them. Get you some merch, get you some music. Yeah, when you're writing on the walls here, spell things correctly. R-O-C-K, not R-O-C. It's monster, not monster. It's an A, no E-R. It's Heltah, Skeltah. A's and H's, no E's and R's. And it's really important. It's BCC, not BBC. Pause protesters. Get your ass out of here. You don't have to state, oh, he got a pause button, I'm out. Just leave. The rest of y'all, let's go. I'm one of the realest you ever gonna see. I ain't come here to lie to you. Niggas done with a lie to you. I get Beanie Siegel's first album, or Paul Pierce even, they got the truth. I'm sick and tired of you comical when I'm not in the mood for jokes. You are not a goon, not a shooter or a rider. You shoot off your mouth and you be riding dudes, cock for loot, dude, that's a prostitute.